Hello all, hope you are having good day. So today we are going to know something about the access control mechanism Salesforce provides to us. So Salesforce provides multiple layers of security to us. The first of those being security layer at organization level. It controls who can access Salesforce application, whether it is using login ID and password method, whether it restricts what all IP addresses are allowed to log into a Salesforce application, or during what time of the day a user can log into the application. Second layer of security is at object level. It controls who can access which object and what sort of operations he can perform on those objects, whether, for example, whether he can create records or only read records, delete records, or edit records. Along with that, it will also provide you access to uh, which records associated to those object we can view. For example, if it is a child record, whether we can view it or not. Third layer of security is the field level of security, which we define at object level. When we create new fields at object, we can create new fields or we want to provide an additional level of security to already existing fields. So we go to the object and then there's a field, and then we can associate that additional security layer to those fields, as in who can view those fields, or who can read those fields, or who can edit those fields. It is done at object level, as I said above. The fourth level of security is being at record level. It controls access to what records a user can see within his reporting hierarchy, and whether he can share those records with other users also or not. So it is basically a level of security at record level, which allows viewing the data. Then we move on to the next topic, which is our access level mechanisms. So within Salesforce, our basic concept of access control is that we start with the most restrictive access, and then we extend according to our requirement to particular users or to particular profiles via different methods available to us. So first of those access level is at profile, which is nothing but a set of general permissions and setting which allows user to access certain applications, because we create different applications within our Salesforce org. So it allows access to those certain applications which you want a user to be limited to. It also allows basic general operations on object, whether it is DML operations, for example, read, create, view, and edit, and delete, and other system permissions, whether a user can invoke flows, or whether a user can access roles, user can run workflow rules or approval workflows, etc. Those sort of system permissions are also defined at profile level. So we start with providing a most restricted access via profile. We assign that profile to a user, and then if we want to provide additional access to a certain user, for example, certain set of users to a limited audience, so we extend that level of access via permission set, wherein we will add additional permissions related to application features, objects, or fields, etc., and then associate those permission set directly to user record rather than profile. So what it does is that user is already on a restricted profile access level. When permission set is associated with it, it will have additional access to the application. The third level mechanism is a role hierarchy. So role hierarchy is like our reporting hierarchy within any organization. It allows user to see what records he or she can view, the records which they own, or within the records owned by somebody within their reporting hierarchy. Then the next comes organization-wide default, which we also call it as a OWD. It is a base access to the records to the users they don't really own, right? Whether, and those access type could be private or public read write. For example, if we talk about opportunity object, right? So the OWD we define it as a private. So what it means is that whoever own that opportunity, only he can view it. Any other users cannot view it. It is basically, to have a access control at record level so that records are not available to anyone who is not supposed to see those records. It is more from data integrity, data sharing, data restricted access point of view. Then last comes is sharing setting. So when we define a restricted access at object organization wide default OWD, for example, opportunity we defined as a private, as in somebody who has created the record, only he can view it, nobody else can view it. But in case we want to provide a broader access to those opportunity record, we will do that via sharing setting. So it works over and above OWD. So what we can do is that we can define a sharing setting which says opportunity is owned by such and such role or such and such user can be shared by such and such user, such and such role or such and such public group. So this is a quick insight into our access level mechanism, how it works in Salesforce. We will come up with more such videos and more such tutorials in future. Till then, have a good day. If you like this video, please share it and subscribe to it and provide a comment in case you need more information or in case you want to provide any feedback to us to improve our content. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.